So Think Design has branched into no-code development over the last couple of years, and it has been a revelation to learn about how development projects can be done much more efficiently, both in time and cost. And so you and I are going to start talking about the benefits of no code and talking to some of the people we have worked with and those who are developing applications or software for their startup or business. So, Ray, what is no code?
Okay, so traditional software development involves lots of lines of text, and you just type in text by hand. And you have integrated development environments which can do things like auto-completion for you. So you start typing a line, and it completes it for you once it guesses. It may give you options. It guesses what you want to, how you want to finish the line. So no code takes that one step further, where blocks of code are essentially written for you by actuating graphical. So you have graphical elements that you move around, right? And then you add parameters to those. So if you've ever seen Scratch, maybe your kids use Scratch at school, or maybe you've used Scratch as a kid. It's a lot like Scratch, but the no-code platforms we use, those are definitely enterprise-grade tools. So while I wouldn't deploy enterprise software using Scratch, I would using Ditify, which is one of the tools that we use.
And so with enterprise grade applications and software, what are some of the things that are a requirement to build a product that meets that specification?
Right, so you have to have uptime. It has to be available. It has to be quick. If you've got lots of people in an enterprise needing the same thing at the same time, it has to be quick and it has to be available. So those two things. And then with regards to speed, there's often a limitation that you come across with no-code tools. The ones that we're using have pretty much overcome those limitations. Those limitations basically being the code that you end up with is slow, and the code that you end up with is not portable off the platform. Now, in the case, the platform we're using, you can export the code. The code is produced in Go, which is a language developed by Google. And Go code can run on anything basically. The data is housed in PostgreSQL, which is another open source tool. Go is open source, and Postgres is also open source. So you can get these tools and run your own code. Once you're done with us, you can just take the code and run it wherever you like. We'd like you to stay with us, but if you want to go run it somewhere else, that's just fine. So another way of putting it is there's no vendor lock-in. There's no lock-in.
Yeah, you're free to take, once it's been built, you're free to go and move it if you wish to another platform.
Exactly.
But there's benefits of the platforms that we choose. Yeah. And so while there may be something that's better for you specifically, we think that the ones that we use are generally the best based on our research.
Yeah, and we've researched a lot of tools. We've researched over 20, 30 tools, and this is the one that is the best right now, in our opinion.